and we're at the Swartz Creek School District Administration Building. Today's date is January 7th. It's our first school board meeting of the year. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. We're going to be introducing our new superintendent here shortly, and I hope, like I said, everybody had a nice Christmas, so we'll call the meeting to order and have roll call.
Kim Winter.
Yes.
Andrea Fick. Present. Chuck Melkey.
Here.
Autumn Henry.
Here.
Ken Engel.
Present.
Carrie Germain.
Present.
Jenny Walgast.
Present.
All here.
Okay, everybody's present. Thank you. Next thing we'll have is pledge allegiance to our flag. Everybody would stand with us, please. And Wayne, do you want to start?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, first thing we'll go to is public comments. There'll be agenda specific. I'll try to keep track of that because sometimes we lead into other things. So you'll have 3 minutes, and Vice President, Ms. Jenny, would you keep time? And let them know that maybe the 2:40 time limit so they know they have 20 seconds. Thank you. Please state your name and, yeah.
Hi, Brianne Wilson, President of the SCEA. Just on behalf of the Teachers Union, we just want to welcome Wayne. I know you're not here for a long time, but I think we're going to have a good time, so just welcome from all of us.
Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Good evening, Swartz Creek Board of Education, Superintendent Wright, and community members. My name is Heather Briggs, and I'm the proud principal of Deke Elementary. Tonight, I'd like to speak to the agenda items of retirements and resignations, as they're deeply connected to the overall health and stability of our district. First, I want to acknowledge and thank Jim Kitchen for his service to Swartz Creek Community Schools. His leadership and commitment have been appreciated by many, and his departure has certainly been felt across our school community. I would also like to wish a warm welcome to Wayne Wright as our interim superintendent. Mr. Wright, although I have not yet had the opportunity to meet you personally, I want to warmly welcome you to Swartz Creek. One of our core Creek values is family, and I want you to know that our Swartz Creek family and my Deke Elementary family welcomes you. We're hopeful that your diverse experiences across multiple districts will bring a thoughtful and informed perspective to the challenging work ahead. Your professional background makes your voice especially important as our district navigates the proposed K-5 reconfiguration planned to begin in fall of 2026. The magnitude of this change, combined with a very short implementation timeline and the absence of a clearly communicated, data-driven, sorry, there's a bug on the mic, approach or rationale has created significant uncertainty across our elementary schools and within our families. This uncertainty matters. The current upheaval to our K-5 structure, paired with changes in supervision and leadership, has led to heightened stress and anxiety among staff. Some of our most experienced educators have shared that they have contemplated early retirement, and while some of our newer, highly talented teachers are considering neighboring districts they perceive as more stable and supportive. Research from organizations such as Hanover Research consistently shows that educator stress and instability negatively impact teacher effectiveness, retention, and ultimately student achievement. When teachers feel overwhelmed or uncertain, engagement declines, turnover increases, and student outcomes suffer. Conversely, districts that prioritize stability, clear communication, and staff involvement see stronger morale, improved retention, and better results for students. Right now, many teachers feel as though the rug has been pulled out from under them. Just as meaningful progress has been made with new curriculum, professional learning communities, and professional development, as we enter spring testing season, a time when focus should be on instructional strategies and student growth, educators are instead consumed by uncertainty about roles, locations, and leadership. This shift in focus risks setting academic progress back. We respectfully ask that the superintendent help guide this process with a measured and thoughtful perspective. A change of this magnitude deserves careful consideration, transparent timelines, and consistent discussion as a standing agenda item. Thank you.
Thank you.
For those of you who don't know me, my name's Brian Jones. I'm a community member, good friend of Chuck Melky's here. Let me tell you, let me tell you this and why this is part of the agenda item. One of the things, if I understand correctly, you're supposed to do today is set board officers or nominations, or somehow put that process into place, and people for committees and whatnot. Speaking to that specifically, it has come to my attention. I'm going to read because I'm going to get really angry during this, so I'm going to read straight off this paper. It has come to my attention that after the meeting on December 26th, Chuck Melky made comments about finding the teacher who is my partner after the special board meeting. Why would he say this? How would knowing who my partner is help him serve students, the district, or the community as a whole? What does he want to do with this information? What specifically would he do with this information? What outcome is he looking for? It is no secret who my partner is to my friends and family, but it is no business of Chuck Melky's or anyone on the board. Some of you do know. She doesn't tell me what to say, and I don't speak for her or any other teacher. They are all quite capable of doing that on their own. Given that, maybe we should ask why very few teachers speak at board meetings. Even one who has worked and lived in the district for over 2 decades, who sent her children here for their entire school careers. I can't say for sure, but I have to think it's because they fear retaliation from board members who are more worried about their agendas than hearing from experienced professionals. I haven't mentioned my partner by name, not because either one of us has anything to hide, but because teachers don't need to be harassed by small-minded fools. She isn't afraid. She is by far the strongest of the 2 of us. You don't want her up here mad. She just wants to spend her time focusing on her students and coworkers rather than deal with board members who don't understand their role as governance, not management. Most of them don't know the difference. That, sir, is going to be something you're going to struggle with, and I wish you luck. No teacher should be subjected to a person who is, a quick Google search will tell you, who has, a quick Google search will tell you, sued members of their own department for defamation after they responded truthfully in an MSP investigation about whether or not they assaulted a suspect in their custody. The same person who kept his own copies of those officers' personnel records. For what reasons? That was in that. You can look it up. It's court record. I have it on my person. So this person has a proven track record of taking steps to intimidate people under his supervision. That's not the behavior of a leader. That's not the behavior of anyone we want setting the direction for our district or our children. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, we'll move on to approval of regular meeting minutes from December 10th, 2025. For our consent agenda, along with, I think there's, Armin mentioned that there was some discussion about the disciplinary hearing minutes, so the entire consent agenda, I'll entertain a motion if it be approved.
So moved.
Been moved and supported by 8. Andrea supported it, or made the motion, and Carrie supported it. Is there any discussion on it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Autumn.
I'm looking specifically at the discipline hearing minutes. Those ones, they include the closed session minutes, and those are supposed to have a separate set of minutes. They're not public information. We're not allowed to talk about what was talked about in closed session, so,
Those, can I say something about
Yeah.
that real quick? These minutes are just for you, and then they don't go to anybody else, but I will have to redact all of the part that has the discipline section in it, because you guys did other board business, so it'll have to be totally blacked out.
okay. Well, it just says 2 separate sets, like, the law or the rule
I could
or
definitely do that
whatever it
too.
is.
I could do
that
2 separate sets of minutes.
Okay, yeah, and I don't,
Absolutely.
I know that you're not always in closed session with us, so I think
Yes.
that that portion falls on us to keep minutes during closed session
And they were,
unless,
yes, they were.
unless we allow Sue to come in there. I think you're allowed to have appoint a clerk to come in there and take minutes. I don't care either way, I just care that we keep
Yeah.
legal records.
The discipline minutes look the same, and then they really do have to be destroyed after a year, the discipline minutes.
Yeah.
But they all look the same. They're given to, or they're, whatever. Yeah, sure. I can put it on two separate.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. So I just don't want to approve it because I don't approve the final copy, if you will.
Yeah, I don't think we
Versus-
should.
yeah.
It's up to
There's
you
a
guys.
discussion on taking that part out and improving the rest of the minutes. in
So
the
where are we
agenda.
dividing it? After the doors opened at 10:16?
After the motion to enter into closed session, and between that part and open doors.
Basically, anything with the discipline, remove that.
Yep. And then another question I had was, we had 2 closed sessions within these approvals. The other one, did we have a separate set of minutes for that day?
Who took notes?
Are you talking about the?
December 26th, they're not in here. Or no, they are in here.
Yeah, that special meeting is, but that one I don't have a problem with. It cuts from motion to go into closed session and opens back up with
The one for the 19th?
opening the doors. The 19th?
The 19th was.
And the
Jim's
26th were
resi-
both
yeah,
special.
resi- Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The 19th was a closed session on Jim's separation, and the first one was the discipline,
Well, the 19th was
the separation.
strictly, it was only that. The 17th was where we went into closed session.
Yeah, but we went into closed session on the 19th, a vote. So, and these minutes are great. They start with the vote, with the motion, they cut after the motion to go into close, and they come back with the motion, but even that, no, a motion was made to go back into open session, and it doesn't tell us what time we came back into open session. So,
On the 19th? Is it the one you're questioning?
yeah, that one, and then the 17th, I just have, there's a lot that needs to be corrected on that one.
Can we just remove those 2 from the consent agenda and work on them and then vote on them next month?
Yeah, if we want to withdraw the motion and make a new one to only approve those, I would be okay with that.
Just so we're clear, on the December 19th minutes, what is the issue, that there's not a time where we went back into open session?
Yep, that, and so the motion to go back into open session shouldn't be reflected in the open session minutes because that happened in closed session.
What was that last part?
She's saying that. I'll let you
Yeah,
explain. I'll let her
so
explain.
the motion to go back into open session happened in closed session, so it can't be included in the open session minutes.
Do you have your?
You mean in the closed session?
No, I mean right here.
A motion to go back into open session
Yeah,
happened in closed session.
right, so it can't be in these minutes because these are the open session minutes. That would be included in the closed session minutes where you put the time that you motioned to go back into open session. You would need that time, and then you would need the time where you started open session.
Okay, I can definitely take care of that, December 19th.
But I didn't make the rules, but
The discipline hearing minutes, so they're going to, the top part will look very similar to what we have for the discipline, and then you want the part where you went into the closed session again separated out.
Yeah, like, yeah, but under a voice vote was taken with all in favor to open doors at 10:16. I mean, that's,
Well, yes, but I'd have to include there was a motion from Ken Engel to go into closed session.
oh, yeah, yeah. So I'm saying under, yeah,
Okay.
everything under that would have to get taken out and everything above it was,
So these are the same,
oh, sorry, you're right.
I can do that.
The motion happened after, yep.
That can be done?
Do you want to amend your motion or withdraw it? And then just leave that part out to Sue can correct it and maybe,
so we're taking out December 19th and the 17th and redoing them?
that's my understanding, and then maybe
Yes.
they're
And-
correct.
I can do that.
That's it. It's,
Okay.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's
No,
okay.
I know we did some different things than we normally do
Yeah.
in both of these.
And they
So
were
just
all
double
handwritten
checking.
because we didn't have it recorded and we didn't have
Right,
Sue
right.
here, so.
And I do have my notes on file here, so I was just double checking. But both of these are different than we've normally done either of these meetings. So I was just double checking, because it's not the first time we've done closed session for discipline, but we did tack on. I will withdraw my motion to approve the minutes for now, and we are gonna make a new motion
Yeah, that'd be fine.
for the minutes to
All-
approve the consent agenda.
all in favor?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Withdrawing my,
She wants to withdraw her motion, so let
Okay.
her withdraw her motion. We have to have a vote on it.
Oh, well, I'll second it.
Yeah, okay, it's been seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, if you want to just,
move that we approve the consent agenda minus the minutes from the disciplinary hearing on December 17th and the special meeting on December 19th until further changes.
very good. That sounds wonderful.
Second.
It's been seconded by Autumn Henry. Any discussion? No discussion? All in favor of the consent agenda?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it, that is approved. Next thing we'll go into is, resignation and retirements. I believe, was it Heather Briggs that came up?
Yes.
Okay, do we have a list of the names? Does anybody want to call them off? Would you call them off for us, Andrea? There's an honorable mention for the people that retired. Please. Yeah, just give them an honorable mention. I don't know if
Just
the whole.
Jim, I mean, Jim's resignation.
Yeah,
the
wasn't there a
rest-
couple others though? I mean, they,
Resignations.
yeah,
We don't normally do that.
well, that's okay, let's not do anything for the first.
Monte King retired.
Yeah, who? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's not in here. Who? It's not in here.
Oh, well, maybe she'll be on next month, so,
Yeah, Caitlin Sparks was a lifeguard at the,
Yeah.
it says under the high school. Ruth
Yeah.
Coy and Zoe
Ulrich.
Ulrich. Ul-
yeah,
Ulrich. Totally botched your name, super sorry.
All right.
Zoe
thank you.
and Jim, of course, Mr. Kitchen.
Thank you for their service, thank you for reading their names off. Maybe we should start doing that now. Yeah. All right, selection of board officers, we're done with that. We'll start out with president, and then we'll move our way down.
Do we have to vote on that, or was that included?
That was included, yeah. I just had to read them off after we voted on it. That was all. I think we should name them off. So, selection of board officers, we're back to that. We'll start out with president.
Are we doing nominations now?
Yes,
Okay. I would like to nominate Chuck Melkey as president.
is there any other nominations for president?
I'll second. Do we second
Okay.
these?
Yeah,
You don't
can.
have
Oh,
to,
Well,
but
actually, we just have a roll call.
I don't know.
I had to look that one up today, too.
I'm like trying to find where the list is.
Yes.
We don't need that.
All right.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'll nominate Ken Engel.
And me. Okay, we'll vote on it. Is there anybody else? You can just name off who you would like on the roll call vote, just Ken or Chuck. Start wherever you want, Sue. Well, I guess we should say, do you accept the nomination? I accept the nomination. I forgot to do that part. Sorry, Ken.
I don't.
Is there any other nominations? I guess we still have to have a roll call vote, so.
Yes.
So this would be, did we make a motion to appoint?
President first, then we're going to go right down
Okay.
the line.
Okay, so do we need to make a motion, or was a motion made?
Motion was made.
Okay.
Nomination was made.
Nomination.
Okay, so we still need to make the motion. So, right, because that, we need
I
to
don't know that
vote.
answer.
Yeah,
Jenny seconded it.
Yeah, it's been seconded.
Chuck?
Roll
that was the
call.
nomination.
Oh,
Nomination.
And you don't need that, so I would motion to elect or select Chuck as board president. And now it needs a second.
Okay, I'll second that.
Sue, roll call
Ken
vote.
Engel,
yes.
Jenny Walgast,
Yes.
Chuck Melkey,
Yes.
Carrie Germain,
Yes.
Kim Winter,
Yes.
Autumn Henry,
Yes.
Andrea Fick.
No.
Okay, we'll go down to board secretary. I'm sorry, my mistake. Board vice president. I'm sorry, Jenny.
I'll nominate Jenny for vice president.
I'll second it.
Okay, there's been a motion. Second, anybody else? Okay, roll call vote, Sue, please.
Wait,
Carrie
you need a
Germain?
motion.
They motion. Well, they nominate,
No,
they nominate.
so-
You're right, I'm sorry, okay.
Yeah.
So do a motion. Do you accept the
Yeah.
appointment, Jenny?
Yeah.
I was supposed to ask that, yeah, okay.
So then I would make a motion to nominate Jenny Wolgast as the board vice president.
Second it.
Okay, roll call vote now, please, Sue.
Andrea Fick,
No.
Carrie Germain,
No.
Kim Winter,
Yes.
Autumn Henry,
Yes.
Chuck Melkey,
Yes.
Jenny Walgast,
Yes.
Ken Engel,
Yes.
5 yes, 2 no.
Okay, motion passes for Jenny. Next one would be board secretary.
Nominate Andrea Fick.
I was going to nominate you, Ken.
I want the money job.
Okay.
Tell us how you really feel.
Right?
Do you accept the nomination?
I forgot I put you in that spot.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, Andre accepts it?
Make a motion?
Oh,
Motion.
I can make a motion to elect Andrea Fick as Secretary of the Board of Education for Swartz Creek Community Schools.
I'll second that.
And
Thank you.
motion and seconded. Roll call vote, Sue?
Kim Winter,
Yes.
Carrie Germain,
Yes.
Jenny Walgast,
Yes.
Ken Engel,
Yes.
Chuck Melkey,
Yes.
Autumn Henry,
Yes.
Andrea Fick,
Yes.
7 yes.
Congratulations, to everyone. And then we'll go on to board treasurer.
Ken Engel, I would like to motion that we select Ken Engel to be the treasurer for 2026 for the Swartz Creek Board of Education.
Do you accept it, Ken?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's the money job.
Well, so that was a motion, so I would second the motion.
Okay, roll call vote. Anybody else
Anyone else want the position?
jump in there? No. Go ahead, please, Sue.
Jenny Walgast,
Yes.
Chuck Melkey,
Yes.
Ken Engel,
Yes.
Autumn Henry,
Yes.
Kim Winter,
Yes.
Carrie Germain,
Yes.
Andrea Fick,
Yes.
7 yes.
Okay, that takes care of our elected officers. I want to thank everybody for making that smooth. We'll move on then. I don't think we have to appoint any of our special committees currently, like to the GISD or anything yet, do we?
It's in the
Are we going to do that
board
later?
action item, yeah.
Okay, all right. So, okay, we'll move on to interim superintendent introduction. Wayne Wright, I think he's made himself known to most of the teachers, and I know the cabinet staff. He was gracious enough to help us out for the next 6 months. He brings a ton of experience with him, and I appreciate him guiding us for the next 6 months so we can select a new superintendent for the district. Wayne?
I got a few words for you here. I've been in superintendent's chair now for 3 days. It's been very full days. There's been a lot of meetings, and I've had to do a lot of talking. We had several meetings with our central office administrators, trying to get to know everybody. I'm behind on a few emails right now just because of all the times. Was at the ISD today, most of the day with a superintendent's meeting down there. And hopefully we'll get around to all the buildings in the next few days. I've made a list of all my principals that are in each building, and I will get one of the central office administrators to lead me around. One of the jobs that I dislike the most is getting up in the morning and watching that weather. And the last couple days has been shaky days. If it would have been about 2 degrees different, we could have had a different situation today. I know on the east side of the county, we had some schools that went down because the roads were icy. So the days become long when you have to take care of them, and all the superintendents are up making sure everything is right. I've been the superintendent now for almost 20 years, but it doesn't matter what district you're in. Every district is different. The culture is different. The way you handle things is different. The SOP, or standard operation procedures of those districts, are totally different. I'm looking forward to the next few months and working with the families, the staff, and the Board of Education here at Swartz Creek. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. Yes, I want to, his resume is quite extensive. Most of us have read it. And he was a colonel, lieutenant colonel in the military, which is a very high rank, 2 steps below a general. And that's pretty impressive, along with, I think he started his educational career in 1970, I don't want to say the year 72, 72. Probably a lot of our teachers weren't even born yet. So he has an extensive history in education, and I think he'll be good for the district and guide us for the next 6 months and keep us straight until we appoint a full-time superintendent for the district. And I encourage all the staff, which will have some input into that, to help the Board of Education make that decision. I hope we get somebody as qualified as Wayne to take over and stay for a long term. I'm looking for somebody long term to stay with us, although I know it's not traditional for most superintendents to stay long term, but that's my goal, and I believe most of the board's goal here, to give us some stability. Thank you again, Wayne, for accepting the job. He's been through this several times, and he already had a full-time job, but we stole him from that for just a few months. So thanks again, Wayne, and welcome to the Board of Education. Thank you, sir. Desi, I don't think we have you on here. Student board representation. I've got my scribbling on here. Go ahead. Hope you had a great Christmas.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. This month's report will be a little bit shorter, just because we had a 2-week break. But snow coming for high school students will be on January 31st from 7 to 10 p.m. in the high school gym. And it is winter theme, and the snow coming basketball game is on January 30th at the high school gym. The girls play Kersley at 5:30, and the boys varsity team plays Kersley at 7. And then February 1st, the boys varsity team plays at Little Caesars Arena against Lake Fenton after the Pissing game, and they start at 9 p.m. Final exams are on January 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Students are starting to prepare for those in classes as classwork starts to die down. Wednesday the 21st will be first and second hour. Thursday will be third and fourth, or fifth, depending on what lunch you have. And Friday will be sixth and seventh hour. The middle school teachers award Target tickets for their students for good behavior, and the students can win prizes. The PTO donated some very fun prizes for those students, and they chose their winners on Monday. I think they do it bi-monthly. I don't know for sure. Also, Swartz Creek High School and Middle School archery teams start competitions on January 16th and 17th, as well as their fundraisers, home tournaments, etc. They have 3 home tournaments this year. February 7th, March 7th, and April 16th and 11th. The middle school is preparing for their Little Mermaid production on February 27th at 7 and the 28th and March 1st at 2. And you are able to buy those tickets online as of right now. And then Swartz Creek's annual Daddy-Daughter Dance is February 27th from 6 to 8 at the Cage, and the theme is glow themed. And the Operation Christmas Joy Drive for Character Senior Living that the high school, NHS, and Elms collaborated on was a huge success, and both groups are looking to form another joint service project this spring. Varsity wrestling and competitive cheer compete tonight. They started at 6, so I just wanted to wish them luck, and that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you.
Thank you, Desi. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, informational items, appointment of non-certified staff. I don't have it neither. I don't know. Sue, did we miss that by?
No, there isn't any.
Oh, there is none?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
There was
That's why
one,
then.
but then it got taken off, so, yeah.
Okay, well, all right, we're not hiring anybody this month. School board discussion and chairperson selection. We'll go ahead with that. Who wants to be in charge of what subcommittees or other items that you may be appointed to? I would like to stay on building and operations, please, if I could, so I'll start it out.
It's all yours.
Okay. I don't know if we have to entertain a motion on a subcommittee. I don't think we do, but I'll defer.
Willing to take it.
Okay. All right.
Chuck, I'd like to remain on academic achievement if I can.
I think you should, Carrie. That would be, is anybody opposed to me being on building operations or Carrie on academic achievement? Any? Nope. Okay, good to that. And then the next one, obviously, by default, Ken, you're on the financial. So, anybody, I know you don't want to do it, but you have to as treasurer. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then policy and procedure, Andrea, do you want to stay on that?
I mean, if anybody else wants to jump in and take notes.
Yeah, I would look in,
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
You want to try it?
yeah, I'll
It's
try.
up to you,
I'll give
Don.
it-
Whichever one, you
Go for
okay
it.
with it? All
I'll
right.
give it a
Absolutely.
whirl.
All right. Thank you for your,
Patient with me.
okay, so nobody else is interested in that, so Autumn will do it. And I might add that where we stole Wayne from, the funny twist of fate, is Neola.
It should be working very closely with me.
Yeah, so he might be able to accelerate the Neola policies and procedures into our system. As I said, all districts use them, and he was the rep for the Mid-Michigan, all of Mid-Michigan for all the districts. So that'll help, and hopefully you guys will get along, and that'll be great. We won't have to have as many subcommittee meetings on that once we get them instituted. Okay, thanks. I think that takes care of that. Here comes the big one. Anything else, Sue, on that? We good?
You had bond, you wanted,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, I'm so sorry. The bond's kind of defunct because we lost a bunch of members, but if Jenny wants to stay on it, I'll co-chair with her on that. And anybody from the public or any of our staff that would like to be appointed to that, please submit your name to myself or Wayne, and he'll get it to me. And I'd like to appoint 2 to 3 people on that, if you guys would like to. Unless anybody on the board also want to get on that committee? Well, you're all welcome to show up because it's a committee of the whole, but we'd still like 2 members from the public or staff to join that, and then that's going to deal with, all the upgrades that we've done in the most recent bond. So we'd appreciate your input. Thank you for that. Anything else I'm forgetting on that, Sue? We okay? That takes care of it. I got all 5 subcommittees. Board meeting calendar discussion. This will be the big one. So I'm going to open it for discussion, and Sue has given you some sample / I think Ken calls them straw calendars, which we used to in the PD, so they're in front of you.
Actually, the straw calendar looks like this.
Okay?
And that's basically just what we, each month we have to take care of. It doesn't necessarily have to be that month. There's some leeway there too. It's just kind of like a guideline. The blue calendar I gave you is committee meetings, and they start at 5. The list that you have here is all Mondays. However, I've had some board members like it to be switched to Wednesdays, maybe in April, switch them to Wednesdays. It's a little problematic having them on Mondays, because people go away, and we have Labor Day and Memorial Day, and, I'm just trying to fit everyone's calendar in here. So if you guys want to think about it, switch them to Wednesdays in April. But it's basically what Chuck said was it's like, they're all committee meetings, one after the other, and go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. That's great, Sue. January 12th, February 9th, and I believe March 9th, and then you're talking then to switch them to Wednesdays in April and get with us on that?
Yes, actually, on the pink calendar, the next one, I did that already.
Okay.
But this one's for like board work session.
All right.
So you guys decide what you want to call it, what you want to do.
Yeah, and the suggestion was last month at our normal meeting is that to get more people involved in the subcommittee meetings, we would have them on one day, start them at 5 and try to finish them by 8, like 45 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
And Ken, you wanted to add something on that, on subcommittee meetings? You told me something earlier.
Well, I did, so if we're going to take, the original conversation was to have these on Mondays, which I had no issue with. However, I think we still need 2 board meetings a month. So if no one likes Monday, we can change them to maybe a Tuesday, but I think we still need to have a Wednesday board meeting either on the first or second Wednesday, and then on the third or fourth Wednesday of the month. I don't think we're going to fit everything into that one meeting.
So your suggestion is basically 3 Wednesdays in a month?
2.
2 board meetings and committee meetings?
No, the committee meeting, we'd have 1 committee meeting for the month, and put some guidelines in there that each committee has a half hour. And at the time that 30 minutes runs out, we're done. If we need to pick something up, we can pick it up at the board meeting on Wednesday.
If we do those on Monday?
On Monday or Tuesday, either one. Apparently we don't like Monday, so Tuesday, I don't care. As long as we do it before the Wednesday board meeting. But I think we're still going to need 2 board meetings a month. If we find out we don't, we can cancel them at, later on in the year, but we're having 2 a month now, and we're here till 11 o'clock every night.
I mean, one.
What if we called them regular board meetings instead of subcommittee meetings? And that would make it 2 instead of 3. I mean, that way you can still take board action, and that would be your 2 meetings a month. And then you include your subcommittee topics, and you talk about those for, I don't know.
Well, if we stay away from them at the other meeting,
If you stay away, oh, I got you.
and make that other business, whether it's, hiring or approving this or approving that, purchasing, whatever.
Are you talking about law being required 2 meetings a month? Yeah.
No. I'm just just so you understand, we have some ungodly lengthy meetings, and that's fine, but to go down to 1 meeting a month, we might not get out of here till 1. So that's my thing. So if we can experiment with it, but I think we still have to we're going to have to really control that first agenda if you want to make it a subcommittee meeting. It's going to have to be very limited to that, because, if you spend a half hour on each subcommittee, that's 2.5 hours right there. Mm-hmm. And you haven't discussed one other thing, you haven't said the pledge. If you're going to do that, you're going to have public comment, so you're going to have to run that into it. If you do this as a committee meeting, we don't have to have public comment.
We do, right, at committee meetings?
At a committee meeting?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Why?
you do, because they're open to the public. So normally we have, just a short, there's usually not a lot of people there, but there are people there, and we give an opportunity.
But you just turned it into a board meeting.
You just can't
It's a
vote.
requirement that you have.
Okay,
public
and that's fine, but you've just turned it into a board meeting.
Well, and I
If
think.
you're only having 2 a month.
Well, that's what all I'm saying, I think, is that if we could control the subcommittee meetings to half an hour apiece. I mean, sometimes they may go longer, sometimes they may go shorter. Me and Bill have it pretty much down on operations. Bond committee, me and Jenny have gotten that down to about 15 or 20 minutes. Finance is always a little bit longer. I attend all 3 of those meetings. I don't attend on a regular basis academic achievement. I would think those go a little bit longer, and policies, I think, are going to be whittled down after we get Neola in, because they like to have it all done at the first of the year, and then they just do updates every 3 months, unless there's an emergency for the district that we need to meet with them. So I think that's reasonable.
If you look at your committee meetings, none of them are less than an hour.
Well, I'm
Sometimes
not-
policy is.
Okay, so 45 minutes.
Sometimes.
Academic achievement is
Yeah.
typically an hour or more,
Yeah.
based on the presentations, the information that has to be shared.
So what I'm saying is, if they're a half hour, you're here 2.5 hours.
Yes, I understand.
Well, if they're an hour, you're here 5.5. Or, excuse me, 5. And you haven't, so if you're gonna do these committee meetings and still do everything as you've been doing it, you're gonna have to limit the comments in it. Not the comments, but what's done. For instance, like Carrie said, if you have academic achievement presentations a half hour, then what are we gonna do, not talk about anything that we just listened about?
Can I ask, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm
That's all-
sorry.
no,
So,
go ahead, Carrie. No, Carrie, go ahead, you get it.
We have someone with 20 years of superintendency experience. I'm wondering what other school districts do successfully, Wayne?
When we have committees like this, not usually every month do those committees meet. There's many months that some of those committees meet. You might only meet with a couple committees. Example, once we get going on policy, I would be surprised if you would meet every month with them. Neola comes out with new policies or revised policies twice a year. They're going to come out in February, and then they're going to come back out in September. Now, you do not have to have them done right away. They may be because of law changes, but sometimes it takes a couple months to get them adopted. And I don't see where you need to have policies, committee meetings every month. Finance, you might want to do monthly so that you're keeping up with your finance and so forth. The other meetings, I'm not sure exactly what you guys do in them at this point, your academic and so forth. But as we move forward, I'd be surprised if you need to have all 5 committee meetings every month.
What if we just did, for maybe 3 months, we set meetings out there, and then, you're saying, and then we get a feel for them, you get a feel for how the meetings are. I mean, I feel like academic achievement, there's always something, and obviously that's why we're here, right, is
It is.
academics. In operations, there's always updates, but like.
Operations is, yeah, that's a
More of
monthly
updates,
thing, yeah.
right, it's.
Operations is tough with food and buses and
But maybe we.
logistics.
Bond's going to be one that's going to have to meet on a regular basis.
Right.
Yeah, we do that right with
Yeah,
operations.
you're going to have to
Goes
do that
through.
one regularly.
So for academic achievement, we get data presentations, updates. We also get requests to purchase curricular items, those types of things. So then, before they come to the board.
I'm just
Could we
wondering if we could-
request people to just keep their presentations to like 5 minutes, around 5
I don't
minutes?
think you can on some.
Well, I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I know.
Trying to read Michelle's face, but I can't, without my glasses on. 10 minutes?
You're gonna have to put a time limit on it.
I'm just wondering if we could, like, for his suggestion, maybe for the first 3 months of the year, we have to do policy, but then we could reevaluate. Maybe we don't have to put policy on the calendar for the whole year, or in 3 months, we adjust it. We can take it off the calendar.
If I'm not mistaken, when we had Neola, and Carrie can correct me because she's been here longer than me, we didn't do as much on policy when we had Neola. It was a very short meeting, if we even had one every month.
From my experience this year, most of what we've done is law changes, so you can't really determine
Right.
what this next year is going to, we've had a lot of, with,
I'm not
government levels making changes for us.
I'm not
We've had a lot
opposed
of
to keeping the
changes.
way they are for a couple of months and then reevaluate them. We could come back and change them, if that's what you guys prefer for the subcommittee meetings. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't know, I'm not running one, so whatever.
Well, you don't care about it.
Yeah, well, I can't make them as they currently stand.
Well,
But we
that
could
was
do
the problem.
policy at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And academic achievement could still be at 3, because again, we have to accommodate who's coming to the meetings as well.
Okay. Well, we have to make some type of decision. Do you want to do them all on Mondays and maybe do academic achievement from 3 to 4:30? And that way the teachers or the administration staff could come with Carrie because they're still working. And the ones that can get out can get there to do that. And then we start everything else up at 5 PM, which I don't have a problem with it, operations, finance, and bond.
You don't need 2 hours for academic achievement, but you could do academic achievement, then finance, and then by then you're almost at 5, so we run from 3 to 8. Doesn't that sound fun?
No.
Yeah, you're
As I'm saying it, I'm cringing.
you're gonna have to put a time limit on it, or you're gonna have to have 3 meetings. You look at your minutes from all these meetings. There's none of them that are less than an hour.
Maybe we could, what about if we limited presentations to 15 minutes? That should be enough to get the highlights of something, shouldn't it?
But that's only for academic achievement. That's the only one that has presentation.
Yeah, that's
Big
true.
presentations, yeah.
But when we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on purchases, I want to know as much as I can from Michelle and her team and the group that are implementing it, so that we can make a thoughtful decision.
That is true.
Could we run academic achievement, finance, and policy all on one day, and then do bond and operations a different day? Maybe run those 3 on a Monday from 3 to
I
5?
still have 2 board meetings a month.
No. Well, if you started them at 4 o'clock, you could do policy, academic achievement, finance, policy by 5, and you're running 4 to 6. And then that's on it. And we all don't have to be at every meeting, we all know this. I mean, we don't have to be at every single one. Then you could do Tuesdays, could be your bond and operations. And then Wednesday, a board
Yes.
meeting, and 2 weeks later, another board meeting.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm not available in the evenings until May.
But it could be daytime, it's just you and Chuck one, and that one policy is the night before, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've had finance and operations together because a lot of that goes hand in hand, because they say they're gonna buy 4 new trucks, and then
Right.
finance tells us this is where the money's coming from. I'm not trying to throw just from my experience in 7 years, I've been to every operations meeting, and finance for the most part, because they're together, and a lot of the operations, finance go together, because when we buy something for the district, it has a large purchase. So maybe we should just go back to the way they were. If people need a little time to come in, we're okay. I'm okay with it. I mean, I adjusted my time because Alyssa couldn't do Mondays. They've always been traditionally on Mondays from, I think, 4 to 6 is what we had them for years. Is that good with you, Ken,
What's that?
for finance? 4 to 6, sometime on a Monday, or 3:30 to 5:30?
I still think,
Makes me no difference. I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna beat the proverbial dead horse.
Yeah. Well,
Even if we have 4 things, and not the 5th committee meeting, none of your meetings are going to fit that timeline unless we shut the meeting itself or the topic down.
I don't know if I want to do that. That's why I say maybe let's just keep it the way it is and just have 2 meetings. Have one on a
Sure.
Monday, one on a whatever day academic achievement wants, and just make sure it's prepared enough, because that way we have time to prepare our minutes for the general board meeting.
Okay.
I think we could just stay there and simplify things maybe for a few months till we figure out what's going on.
So you're saying
well,
like,
that's also why I'm just like, why not, if we go to 2 meetings, regular board meetings a month, we can't loop them together. We can't say, we're gonna discuss them, like that part's going over my head a little bit. Because they're too long, that was the reason, is because
That's
the
what Ken was saying,
subcommittee
yeah.
meetings last too long to do in addition, yeah.
in
So just so
doing
you know, there is 2 months that does have 2 board meetings, August and June.
Right.
Because we have a lot of stuff to cover on those.
Yeah, for our finances and the close of the year, right?
So,
Well, again, I'm going to go back in time. We used to have two board meetings a month, except July and December. Yeah, and Carrie can attest to that. And so I don't understand the objective of trying to get rid of a board meeting. That was some Ben stuff.
what was the point?
He didn't like all the meetings.
Quick side note, is your mic on?
Huh?
Is your mic on?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd
Oh.
like to mention that
Yeah,
to you.
that was some Ben stuff. He didn't like all the meetings. He pretty much did away with the committee meetings, and he went to one meeting a month.
So tell me how the meetings are going to look different. If we do 2 a month, how do they look different than tonight?
If we're going to do this, the committee format the way we were doing it, then they're not going to look any different.
So instead of doing committee meetings, you want the second board meeting to be committee meetings, just clarifying, right?
If you
Okay.
go to 2, you cannot possibly do board business and have the committee meetings. You'll be here all night.
Yeah, I was saying that.
But
So
that was your objective, to do
that's-
2 meetings a month, there were
that-
the subcommittee meetings.
Correct, that's my opinion. What I was looking at was a third night, do your committee meetings. But I mean, if you're not gonna limit the amount of time we're gonna sit here and talk in these committee meetings, we're gonna be here all night.
For sure.
And if there's other stuff we have to follow up on, then we can pick it up in the board meeting. That one I don't mind staying, but the committee meetings are, we go all over on them. You know, we're not focused on whatever the meeting is. It gets into something else. I mean, just replay them in your head. So, you know, if we limit our time to a half hour, you know, and if someone has a presentation to put on, we can alter that. Maybe we can get rid of a committee meeting for that, you know, a topic. If we get new policies, maybe we can get rid of that altogether. You know? I mean, I don't really understand why so much time is even spent on the bond stuff. The bond topics are, you know, do you want to do this, this, and this, and we bring it back to the board to vote on it. You know, we make the meetings much more difficult than they have to be.
I'm just wondering what they look like if we do 2. Are all of these things going to stay 1 week, and then all of these are on the?
You're going to have to.
Are another?
Yeah.
So we're not looking at 3, just for clarification.
If you
Okay.
do 2 meetings, that's what you're going to have to do.
Yeah, Ken really wanted 3. He wanted the board subcommittee meeting and then 2 Wednesday meetings. And what you're saying, or Autumn was, do the 1 Monday meeting and then 1 Wednesday meeting. Hopefully we can get that done, and that's why we're discussing it.
That's what I'm
So,
trying to clarify,
yeah,
because I'm
no.
hearing 2 and I'm hearing 3, and I'm just,
No, well, them are your 2 options
Yes.
that you have. Or you can have a third option if you want, but 2
I'm
is
going to make a
enough for us
4th
right
one,
now.
just because.
Let me see if I can understand too, because I'm confused. So you're talking about like keeping the finance and operations together on a Monday, and then doing academic achievement and policy on another, and I think bond goes in with the operations, and then having a board meeting that month, unless it's August or June of 2? Is that what you're talking about?
Which is your green setup,
I think,
right?
and
Ken wants to have
Ken
2
was saying
meetings,
2
right?
regular meetings
Okay.
plus subcommittee meetings,
Okay.
wherever they may fall.
Yes,
Okay.
that was
I
my
think-
understanding.
Or do them all in one night and call it 3 nights a month.
Okay, I see.
Oh, boy.
I was, yeah,
Oh,
saying,
What?
keep it, just make 2
3 nights a
regular
month.
scheduled meetings and have the subcommittees, but they would be late.
Go back to the way we did do them.
I mean-
Afternoons.
I agree with you. The meetings need to be shortened, because in
Right.
2024, our board hours that we spent at board meetings were 33 hours. 2025, it was 86 hours of board meetings. That's almost 3 times as much, yeah. Anyone wants to do the math? I didn't do the math, someone help me with the math, but I'm trusting their math, but it's a lot. It's kind of ridiculous, so we do need to figure out a solution. That's why I wondered how different it would look if we went to 2. I'm not opposed to that, right? If we could take our 4-hour meeting and make it 2 2-hour meetings, that would be great, but how do we do that without repeating some of the same stuff 2 weeks from now?
Well, we probably would, it's just the middle part would be shorter because we'd be meeting more often, so there would be less in the middle.
Right. I mean, personally, I'd rather spend 4 hours and get it over with, but, I mean,
Well, we have to set our calendar tonight.
yeah.
For at least of our board meetings, so let's try to agree on that, and let's move it on,
We can
okay?
always move it if we have to.
Yeah, but let's agree on our regular scheduled meetings, and I think we can add other board meetings if needed. So Sue's prepared a regular board meeting calendar, and I believe that's the green copy, Sue.
Yes. That's just-
So would everybody look at that, and then let's go ahead and at least prove that part, and if we got to add some meetings for our general board meeting, our general Wednesday board meetings, we need a couple extra, something's coming up with the interim superintendent, the bonds, all that, we can add one or two in there. So why don't we look at that first? Let's get this done.
Okay, I have one, so I don't know if we all have to be present for every meeting. I have an issue, and it's gonna, I didn't know this before, when I made the plans, but the last 2 weeks in June, I am out of town.
It's okay.
So I'm not available from let me see what the dates are, from the 15th through the 28th.
Okay, so you can make the first meeting in June and not the
Yes,
second.
but I would not be able to make that budget meeting.
It happens.
So just as FYI.
You get a couple tardies and misses, a couple sick days, like anybody does, so.
You'll just have to have.
I don't know what you want to call it.
You'll just have to have that meeting probably that late in the month, because if you ever do any borrowing, and you have to have your budget together.
Yep.
By law, we have to have a budget set to the state not later than July 1. or
Yep. Yeah, I understand. I'm just letting everybody know I'm not, I will not be able to make that one.
Are we okay on the green copy? Is someone will make a motion, and then if we make the motion, we can accept this?
I do have a question on
Go ahead,
the
Sue.
policy and academic achievement. That is going to be on Mondays.
Well, we're not even going to talk about that right
Okay.
now. We're just
All
gonna-
right, you're just doing this. Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because there's so much discussion, Sue, I'm just trying to move it
Sure,
along.
sure.
So let's do this one first, and then move it on to the other ones.
I move that we accept the green copy of the board meetings for 2026.
Second.
It's been seconded by Jenny. Was that you, Jenny?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear, okay. All right, so there's a motion made to accept our original Swartz Creek Community Schools adopted regular meeting schedule. The official minutes for the Swartz Creek Board, or the official meeting dates are listed here. Is there any more discussion on that?
Yeah, does the motion say regular meetings? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, they all say
Okay.
regular on it.
Oh, no, the motion, not the sheet.
The motion said the green sheet.
Okay, so can we
For
just?
regular meetings.
You and I
Okay.
passed it a little bit.
Sure. I move that we accept the green version for regular meetings for
Thank
the
you.
Swartz Creek Community Schools Board of Education for 2026.
We probably should have withdrew it and redid it, but I don't think it's that critical.
I'll
at this
withdraw.
point. Yeah, That's okay, yeah. And then she, Jenny, is there a second for her
Yep,
new
second.
motion? Okay. So I think that's good. Any more discussion on that? That
I'm just going to reiterate, I don't think that's enough meetings. That's fine.
And my discussion is, I don't disagree with you, Ken, but let's get through this so we have our original dates, and we can, at our next meeting, if we want to add 3 or 4 Wednesdays on in the future, we can do that, either at the next meeting or as needed for business, because I'm with you, I think it becomes counterproductive after a couple hours or 2.5 hours. It's better to have 2 or 3 short meetings than 1 6-hour meeting. Is that okay with you, Ken? That's just trying to substantiate what we're talking about
Oh,
here.
let's just vote.
Okay, all right. Roll call vote, please, Sue.
Carrie Germain,
Yes.
Kim Winter,
Yes.
Autumn Henry,
Yes.
Chuck Melkey.
Yes.
Ken Engel,
No.
Jenny Walgest,
Yes.
Andrea Fick.
Yes.
6
Okay, the motion passes. That's our adopted calendar. And the caveat is we may add several dates on there as needed. You're going to post that tomorrow, Sue? Will that be on the website?
I will do my best, yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, now if you want to move on to the other meetings, I'll let you guys argue that out. I'm pretty flexible to come to the bond operations and finance, which I've done for 7 years. I'll continue doing that. Thank you. Good. All right, let's move on. Discussion on the subcommittee meetings now.
Yeah, there's no way I can do Tuesdays or starting at 3.
Can you do them if they were a little bit later?
Not on Tuesday.
Can we just try the pink ones maybe for a couple months and see how it goes?
Is Wednesday okay? Awesome.
Wednesdays would be better, yeah.
Well, okay, well, we can do Mondays, but because that way, if we start moving these to Wednesdays, if we do decide we need more
Right.
meetings, then we're not going to be putting,
Right.
we're not going to know where to put them.
You can add them to Monday. You can have a board meeting on a Monday. You can have, I mean, we do have that Monday option also, just FYI.
I would rather set the committee meetings and not have to juggle everything.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, any other day except for Tuesday, I'm good with, but.
So
I
we're
just-
back to
that's
Mondays
not
then?
a good one for
I
me.
mean, just so y'all know, we did just approve to do February 23rd as a Monday. For a meeting.
Yes, you
board meeting.
did,
Yeah.
because the
Which is fine.
superintendent search
Yep.
is the last 2 weeks of.
That's all right.
I saw
have it on
that.
that
I was just letting
calendar.
everybody know, we did just approve
Yeah.
board meeting for Monday.
Yes, because the superintendent search is February 18th, 19th, 25th, and 26th. so.
But that is the fourth Monday of the month, and the proposal is the second Monday of every month, so that won't interfere. Okay. So, and what time are we going to have those start again? 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock? What was the
The,
time?
the superintendent search, I believe, they start at.
No, no,
5.
not that, subcommittee. We're on subcommittee now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get that done.
Well, if you're talking policy and academic achievement, couldn't you start policy at 4 and then you'd start academic achievement at 4 and you could start policy at 5?
Sounds good to me.
Well-
It's not a Tuesday.
That's a Monday.
Oh, yeah, then yeah.
Okay. All right.
On what day?
Monday's the second Monday of every month, Karen.
Thank you. In which order are we agreeing on?
Academic achievement at 4 PM, policy at 5 if it goes that long.
Thank you.
Is that okay with
First
everybody?
Monday, second Monday?
Second Monday.
third Okay.
Second Monday.
Okay, so what do we do? Okay, so second Monday, we're doing which ones? Or all of them?
Policy and academic achievement, Mondays, starting at 4 o'clock, but academic achievement first, and then policy would be at 5. So if we're looking at the green calendar, right, Sue? It would just be one day, the date would be one day sooner, so it'd be January 21st, not the 20th. Sorry. Minus a day. Thank you,
You
Dave.
said second Wednesday, or second Monday, sorry.
Oh, is a holiday. You're right, it is MLK Day.
If it falls on a holiday, Sue can readjust it accordingly to that following Tuesday or whatever. It's
No, Monday.
I need to know, does a Thursday
If
work
it's
for
a
Jeff,
holiday.
both Carrie and Autumn?
Can you
If
do
I have to
Thursdays?
remove it. It's a Tuesday.
What?
Could you do Thursdays?
I really don't, yeah, just not Tuesdays.
No Tuesday for Autumn. Got it.
Yeah.
It's in my head. I got it. Thank you.
Wait, what? So, are we going Monday or Thursday?
If it's Thursday, I would prefer to have academic achievement first. I
Yes.
have appointments that are already set for
I
the
think
year.
you're going first anyway,
Anyways.
right?
Yeah.
Can we do Mondays, or is that going to be an issue?
I
If-
would-
if
I would like to
it-
be able to attend, and I'm not able to attend on Thursdays.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
But if it's a deal breaker, I
No,
don't have
I can do
to, but
any
I would
day but
prefer-
Tuesday. Any day but, like,
If that Monday falls on a day we're off, I'm going to move it to Thursday.
oh, I got you.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Because January 19th is MLK Day, so it'd be the 22nd instead.
But-
Right, Sue?
Yes.
Okay.
I cannot do January 22nd that's the one day I can't.
Okay.
15th, or even the 12th?
Well, I don't think everybody will adjust everybody's calendar for everybody's day off.
Can we
Let's
just
pick
bump
what we can
it the
do
next
that's
Monday?
majority.
Can we just bump it ahead a week or something? That might,
It's up to you guys. You can hold it on the 15th if you want academic achievement, or you can hold it on the 12th if you want. The 12th is a Monday.
Yeah, any day but Tuesday, I'm good with, so
All right,
whatever.
so let's
day
do the
works for-
12th for academic achievement, and then in January.
Okay,
Thank you, Sue.
and that's the only day that we would have to jump around, right?
No, okay. I'll do my best. If you guys oppose, let me
Yeah.
know, and I'll
Yeah.
tweak it.
Yes, thank you for all
Thank you
these
very
multiple
much.
color-coded copies.
So are we gonna, do we have to make a motion for that? Okay. We're good on that then. So you guys are all set?
Well, are you going to do your Tuesdays?
I'm going to do whatever day that Ken wants to do for bond, finance, and operations. I'm okay with it for now. Just tell me what you want to do.
Don't care.
Okay. Well, we're going to make ours easy then. We'll just keep it the way it is.
Okay.
Jenny, I'm sorry.
At 2?
Yeah, is that okay with you?
Yeah, at 2 I can. It's just
Yeah, because the
evenings
three
I'm
of us
not
are
able
there.
to.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep buying finance operations the way they are. You can post them Tuesday at 2 PM, and we have the dates there, and if it's on a holiday or something interferes, we can adjust accordingly. All right. Wow, we good with that now?
Yep.
Anybody have any questions on the calendar? I know it's a hard thing to do for the entire year. And to Ken's suggestion that we will, as the first month or two goes on, if we have to add a Wednesday on, we will do that. Is everybody in agreement with that?
Yes.
Without having a formal vote, just in spirit, if we have to. Okay,
Ooh, look at that.
all right. GCASBM liaison and alternate approval.
Okay, I want to back up for just 1 second, really quick. Are these going to be the same weeks? Because it looks like the dates are different weeks because they were all on Tuesdays. So are we going to be having them on different weeks? So like, if you look at the policy and academic achievement, looks like that would be moving to the 12th. The bond finance and operations, right now, it says the 27th because we couldn't have two on the same day. So are we going to be bumping bond finance and operations to the 13th? Or I guess it would normally be the 20th. So would we bump that to the 20th instead of the 27th so that they're back to back? Rather than on different weeks?
No, she's.
Bond finance and
It sounded like
operations.
that Chuck said he just wanted to leave that the way it's printed, whereas the top section, we changed the dates to Mondays except for that one date.
Yeah, so I
So
want to make sure.
below, I think they left it on Tuesday
left
at
it-
2 PM as printed.
Is our intention to have those on different weeks, or is our intention to have both of those, are you seeing what I'm saying
You
now?
want to have them on a different week than a board meeting week, because you,
Right, because of the
Okay.
minutes, yes. So can we have those back to back? So the policy academic achievement will be Monday, and then that next day, the Tuesday is going to be the
Sure.
bond finance and operation, and then the following week is going to be the board meeting? Are you guys following what I'm saying?
Yeah, so basically the
Okay.
dates here.
Yep.
The dates for these.
Yep.
Perfect, got it.
Is that, everybody following
you
that?
want to have it the week before.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
And then
I'm
also
gonna
academic
be- I'm
achievement
flexible.
and policy will be the week before too,
Yep.
On Mondays.
unless it doesn't work for a Monday.
Right.
Yes,
Yep.
okay.
Okay,
Sorry,
sorry.
call Jenny.
Sue, have you got that all under control? Yeah, that's right.
I got it.
How much time do you spend rewatching them?
You'll have to listen to it a dozen times. Just put it in my Google Calendar and I'll be there, okay?
Magic.
Okay, we're back to the approval, or liaison and alternate approval for GCASBM. And is Kim doing that now?
I would like to continue in that position.
Yeah.
if
Yours.
No one, and
Wait.
I still need an alternate, though. I don't know, do you still want to do it?
I'll
Yeah, I
nominate
would
you,
still
Kim.
do the alternate.
Okay. I didn't know if Andrea might want to do it since she passed secretary.
No,
I'm
she didn't pass secretary,
I just passed
no.
policy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're good then.
Okay, so you still want the position?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, there's nobody else that wants it. Who wants to be the alternate?
I can.
Oh, you're going to be the alternate still? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
Kim made it really easy on me this year. I think she went to everyone.
All right, that takes care of that.
I meant to tell you, Autumn, also, many of the alternates I noticed show up.
Oh, thanks, Kim. Now you tell me.
You're welcome to come to any meetings.
So what you're saying is Autumn's been underachieving.
Surprise!
I knew you had a new baby. I didn't know if you wanted to.
Yeah. So,
All right, so you have that down, Sue, Kim, and Autumn are remaining
Yes,
on
you
that.
do need to vote on that, I believe.
We do have to vote on that? Okay.
Yes.
All right, somebody like to make a motion?
I would like to move that Kim is the
Representative? Yep.
CASBM liaison and Autumn is her alternative. for
Support.
26.
Support.
Motion been made by,
Finish the motion. She was on
motion
it.
by Andrea, seconded by Carrie. Any further discussion?
How many vacations do you have planned this year, Kim? I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding.
I don't think we need a roll call vote on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All approved? Ayes have it. Next one is adoption of Robert's Rules of Order Simplified Version.
So, I don't know if you all seen the email that come through, like, the week after we talked, our last board meeting on the 18th, we all got this email.
No, I didn't see it.
From the Winter Institute, there is, by chance, there is is this the one, Kim? Sue, sorry. Is this it?
Yeah.
So-
No, it's in your red folder.
Oh, here it
Okay,
is,
it's
yeah.
in the red folder, okay. So anyways, there is a webinar next Thursday, the 15th, literally about this. So, I mean, me personally, I would like to go through that webinar before adopting this, just to get
Okay.
familiar with it.
That's
And
fair.
it actually recommended, and I talked to Penny about it, I had a question for her about something else, and so I was asking her if it was recorded, and telling her we were looking at adopting that, and she highly recommended that we go through this webinar as part of making that decision.
Maybe we should all go.
No, yeah, absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
put
think
this in
that-
here. It's a 3-hour webinar, it's 5 to 8.
Oh, no.
On the 15th, it's 5 to 8 PM. It is not going to be recorded, so it's a you're in or you're out. But Sue,
Yeah, there's a flyer in your red folder if you want to pass it out.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Have we, how many months have we had to study up on it, though?
Well,
we just got the last meeting.
So 1 month?
yeah,
I'm just
I-
saying, this was
I think I asked
recommended,
about
oh, thank you. Sue, I see what you're saying.
That's okay. Jenny had some questions about it, too.
Right, and I, if you don't remember, well, Jenny, you wouldn't know, but Penny is what is her title? She's like a trainer for board members. So I don't know if we'll look into doing that this year, but last year, because we had new board members, she came in and did a training for us. So she actually recommended that we do this, if we're gonna end up making this a policy and procedure.
So do we need to ask Sue to sign us up if we're
I'd
interested
be
and
happy to
available?
sign you up, and I was wondering if I could go too.
Well, you should.
Yeah. Okay,
I highly recommend you did.
I do. Not that I'm excited about
Who
it.
wants to go to it?
Sue, and that we should
No,
allow
I know.
her to
Well,
go
yeah,
as
Who
well.
else wants to go on the board?
I'm already in.
Okay, all right.
I do, Sue.
Let me know, because I'll sign you up. Jenny,
Yep.
Carrie, Ken, Andrea.
I just thought it was ironic that we got the email like the week after. Came through on the 18th, so I thought it was interesting. We got that right after it was in the board
That's fine.
packet.
So what you're saying is you just want to postpone it for another month? You want
Yeah,
a
so we can all
webinar?
go through this and then we're familiar with it, because if we do it now, then we're making it a thing the next meeting. Okay, thank you.
It'll actually be in the Neola policies, I believe, as whether we use a particular type of parliamentary procedure.
There is a piece in there about Robert's Rules of Order.
Good.
All right.
Kim, you made a motion? Oh. Okay, so are we making a motion, though, to postpone this particular thing till next month?
Yeah, I'll motion to table it till next month.
Second.
And second, all in favor? Any discussion, I'm sorry, on the motion? I better get used to it, because that's what Robert's rule says. Discussion on the motion. No discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, okay. And Sue, I think you have most of us down for that, and with adoption of Robert's rules. That takes us to the end of our meeting, I think, as a record. As a record, we
Record
have.
for this year.
Yeah, well, start out the new year right. Public comment. Anybody with public comment would like to come up, please say your name, and you have 3 minutes, and Ms. Wellgast will keep track of the time with a 20-second timer. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeremy Love, 3-5 literacy coach at Elms Road Elementary. I'd like to start by saying welcome to Mr. Wainwright to Swartz Creek. We've been hearing a ton of positive things, and we really look forward to working with you. I'd also like to acknowledge the time and care the board members have taken the past couple meetings on hearing feedback from the community, the staff, the teachers about the K-5 realignment. For many staff members, I don't really think you realize how much that mattered, to feel like we've been heard. After a long period of uncertainty, being heard brought a sense of cautious optimism. This optimism is important because right now the staff is carrying a lot of weight. The year has included new curriculum and initiatives, public tension, leadership transitions, upcoming negotiations, and ongoing questions about the megasite in Moorish. On top of that sits the possibility of another major reconfiguration. It's been a heavy load and morale has reflected that strain. What staff has been asking isn't avoidance of change. It's clarity, stability, and time to do things well for the students. As it relates to the K-5 realignment, there are still major unanswered questions. The megasite remains unresolved, and there's a real chance that Moorish could be impacted in the future, potentially leading to yet another move for students in the years to come. At the same time, the district is navigating administrative transitions right now, with the new interims just getting oriented and a permanent superintendent to be hired soon. These conditions make it very difficult to plan and carry out a change to this scale. There are also practical concerns that remain unclear for families and staff. What the alignment would look like, how resources would shift, and how we'd manage the financial and operational impact without pulling focus from the academics and student support. What is the financial and operational impact? Moving forward too quickly risks spreading our systems thin at a time when students need consistency. The message staff are bringing tonight is one of hope. Hope that we slow this down, and hope that the board will consider a motion tonight to pause or delay the reconfiguration to the fall of 2027. Doing so would provide stability for students, reassurance for staff, and the time needed to make a truly informed decision, one that reflects both community input and what is best for kids. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your continued service to our district. I look forward to continuing this conversation.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Hey y'all, I'm Heather Loney and I teach K-5 STEM at Moorish and Elms, and I'm a proud member of SCEA, and I coach Lego robotics, which is why I stand before you here. February 10th, our Swartz Creek intramural Lego robotics competition is happening at the middle school STEM wing, and love to invite y'all. Also, everybody, you know, we have families coming in. Last year, Elms and the middle school fielded teams. This year, we are super happy to welcome teams from Deke to grow our league. And the kids are excited. The programming is fierce. And BLB better watch it, because the Elms teams, we're coming from that big Lego brick. We want to see that right up front by our office next year. But feel free to come out. It's a fun time, and it's short. That's, if that means anything to you, because it sure does to me after a day at work.
Thank you.
4 p.m. 4
Thank you,
p.m.
Heather.
Yep. And yeah, that's it. Oh, you should listen to these people who are telling you this stuff, because they're doing it real thoughtful. They spent time. There's a lot more. It's a little bigger. And y'all have a good night. It's my bedtime. I gotta go.
Heather, I'm sorry, Chuck, if I may. Is this something that maybe Michelle Corbett could spread the word about? 100%. I rely on her messaging a lot for my events that we go to. Thank you so much, Heather. Thanks.
Hi. First, I'd like to greatly apologize. I have a terrible cold. After teaching all day, I have no voice left, so I'm going to try my best. Amy Paul, second grade teacher at Moorish, also a Swartz Creek citizen. My goal is to give you real facts pertaining to our current K2 3-5 model. I ask that you really listen to what our students could possibly be losing in reconfiguration. I already shared that we have a schedule that allows for, she just left, early elementary STEM program. My second grade students learn robotics. That's awesome. We went from 0 to 2 early 5 classrooms. This is a kindergarten readiness program. The early 5 teachers work with kindergarten teachers to get approximately 40 students ready for kindergarten, and the results are substantial. The biggest and the most significant improvement has been our MTSS program. The K-6 model didn't provide enough space or time. Interventions occurred in the hallways, in the libraries, in the library, in our teacher's lounge, and in a storage closet. I actually did spend a whole semester teaching reading in a storage closet because of space. And that was every year. Our current model allowed us to build a literacy lab, a room sectioned into 6 learning spaces. We can provide interventions for 30 students at one time. We are able to provide interventions quickly because we only have 3 grade levels, which means our tier 3 students, our most at-risk, struggling students, get another round in the afternoon, which gives a total of 1 hour of small group reading intervention a day, from 25 minutes to 1 hour. It's beyond our wildest dreams. It's only possible because of this current model, because we only have 3 grades to serve us. Grade level recess, we have grade level recess. Students no longer have to be outside with older kids, which cuts down on bullying and behaviors. Students feel happier and safer. Do I think your purpose is to stop these programs? No, I don't. Of course not. You would never. I understand that. I just don't think enough information was given and people don't know enough about what our current model looks like. It requires more research.
30 seconds.
At the end of the day, this is an academic decision which needs to involve teachers. We just want to be a part of the discussion. Please ask questions, slow down, involve us, and that's all we really want. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Alicia Clayton, and I am a proud school of choice parent to a first grader at Moorish and a 4th grader at Elms. I have also taught in this district at the middle school for 19 years. My children are a part of the Swartz Creek Cub Scout Pack, participate in basketball at the cage, we come to drama productions, we have sporting events. We may live out of district, but this is our community. I am proud to teach here, and we are proud to raise our boys here. I want to speak to you tonight about the elementary reconfiguration. After so many educators and parents came out forward last month, some of the board members shared that they felt we needed more discussion and they were open to the possibility of slowing things down. At the same time, others shared that they had already sent a survey out and insinuated people had a chance to share their thoughts. I would like to speak to that thought process by making a confession. I filled out the initial survey. It had been a very busy couple weeks. I pick up my children at 2 different elementaries daily and watched my husband attend back-to-back Halloween parties at 2 different buildings. I was exhausted from the daily hustle and bustle and thought, wouldn't it be nice to have them in the same building? So I chose the reconfiguration back to K-5. I regretted my decision within 5 minutes of submitting my survey. I was sick to my stomach. How could I have chosen pickups and parties over the real issues this would cause? And how many others who had taken the survey had done the same thing? I set out to correct my mistake right away. I talked to anyone who would listen. I attended the stakeholder meeting at the PAC. I shared my concerns for how this would affect my children, including the loss of vital relationships my boys have made with amazing teachers and support staff, the loss of targeted supports that have been developed for students in their specific age and learning level, supports my special education student depends on, and have been very different from his lower L to his upper L years. The loss of peers who have been as part of their schooling since day one, who have accepted and loved them for who they are, even through some really hard days. The loss of the ability for students to reset as they grow and head to the big kids school, something that has ultimately been a really big benefit for my son. And the reality that we as a district will lose great educators because of this change and the way it's being pushed through. I thanked teachers and admin who attended the PAC meeting or spoke at the board meeting last month. I did my best to fix my mistake and that I had done in haste and without a deep thought for the overall lasting effects the decision would make. You've heard from educators and administrators who are on the front lines with our students. They have shared that this is not in the best interest of our children, and they have shared concerns about loss of vital relationships between students and staff, students and colleagues. You have heard concerns about the logistics of the move, how the cost will be very high, how things were a mess last time with broken furniture and lost items, how construction we have already committed to will make this extremely difficult, and how the timeline you are considering is way too fast to do this with fidelity. I ask that now you do the same as I have done. Your decision was done in haste, without proper investigations, stakeholder discussions, and the appropriate time given to truly do this and make sure that this is the best thing for students. Please make a motion to at least slow things down and push the option for this reconfiguration to the 27-28 school year. And in doing that, be open to the possibility after the research is done and the discussions have happened, reconfiguring our elementary schools back to K-5 may not be the best choice for our children. Thank you for your time.
Hi, Brianne Wilson. I live in the community, and I'm SCEA president. Since it's the first meeting of the year, I wanted to, you've probably seen on your Facebook feeds, people are talking about what's in and what's out for 2026. So I want to talk about the ins and outs for our district. I'm feeling like an in is transparency. And an out is mopping up messes that happen when we don't follow things procedurally. I'm really feeling optimistic about this, that we can have really good transparency in 2026. Another in is communication, and an out is judgment. I love that we had that meeting at the PAC where we could hear a lot from stakeholders. I really appreciate that the people speaking at these meetings are being heard and really listened to, and without assuming, and that we can just meet each other where we're at and have conversations. And in, I think, is careful deliberation, and an out is leaving the details for later. A great example was that figuring out a calendar of meetings takes a second. It just does. If you just hastily slapdash a calendar, you leave people out that actually had commitments to other things. It then creates uncertainty for the community because you have to go back and rearrange meetings. So taking that time was really important. I'm pretty sure it took more time than it took to decide to reconfigure the elementaries. So I'm really hoping that we can extend the decision to make that change in the fall of 2027 so that we can have these really careful discussions. Most important, and I know I mentioned this last meeting too, but is special education. There are a lot of different moving parts to that. And I think we like to focus on the easy parts, which is the kids that will kind of thrive in any environment, when probably we should figure out the nitty-gritty details of what special ed will look like if we decide to move back and involve our teachers and our families that are involved in that program, because those are our most vulnerable kids. We need to do right by them first. Too often they are left last because their situations are complicated and we don't want to deal with complicated. But I really feel like this is our year to embrace complicated things with enthusiasm, look forward together and work together and really make this district shine. And we won't shy away from the hard stuff. So the final thing I leave you with is, I do think an in is 6-7 said by teachers, and I'm being told by some middle schoolers that it is on the outs said by them. May we all find that to be true this year. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Clark. I am a parent and resident here in Swartz Creek. I'm concerned about our district, just with the amount of teachers that are concerned with the current vibe in our district. My child is a 5th grader. He's currently on his 4th superintendent as a 5th grader. So I'm hoping that we can find someone in the search that's going to stay and can provide some stability. Because without the stability in the leadership role, the board's job is to hire a superintendent to run the business of the district. It's not to run the district. If you're on the board at Henry Ford Hospital, you don't tell the chief of surgery how to staff their operating room or how to pay the billing department. You hire the person that can lead the district. The board's job is to put the right person in that seat, and then they can come, and your committee meetings are to hear and come back. If you work together, you don't all have to be at each individual committee meeting. If you can trust each other to listen and come from the committee meetings, but you have to trust each other. And I know there's issues. We all got issues. But my thing is some stability. I really appreciate what's happening. My kid is in the Lego robotics, and for the first time at Deke, we've got that program going. So there's some growth growing, and I'm so happy Mrs. Briggs is there because the culture at Deke has so improved over the last 2 years. But I'm just hoping that we can get some stability. I voted to go back to K to 5, and then in hearing the community discussions over the last couple board meetings, there were things I didn't think about. I didn't think about special ed. My kid's not there. But I didn't think about the number. He now knows twice as many kids going into middle school next year than he would if they were all split out. I think it would be best to table the K to 5 when you are bringing in a new superintendent to lead the district. See what the new superintendent recommends. They may come from somewhere where they've got experience in one role or the other. But I think having a new leader and them being involved in the change would be a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. No further public comment? Thank everybody for their comments. Before I forget, though, I wanted to, somebody donated $5,000, the Hogan Foundation, and the charitable contribution was given, and Jim sent him a thank you letter, which is normal. So I just wanted to acknowledge him to the public, okay? Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go on to, I want to thank everybody that gave their comments today. I'll go on to board comment, and I'll open the floor. If somebody would like to raise their hand or ask to take the floor, go ahead.
I'm just curious about we had a workshop scheduled for next week, about the K-5.
We do.
I got
But I
cancellation.
think it was, I don't know why it was canceled. I was going to ask Michelle Paul later about that.
Did you still want it? We can have it.
I think.
I don't
we
know
should-
how, just wondered why it got canceled.
I don't know why it was canceled. I didn't want it canceled. Why was it sent out that it was canceled, Sue? Do you know who asked to do that?
That was my misunderstanding from our conversation.
You step up to the podium, please, Michelle.
My misunderstanding from our conversation, obviously, so we can move forward. I had just asked about a format and the goal of that workshop and so forth, so maybe we can, I'm sure Wayne could, in his one-on-one meetings with board members, figure out a plan. I'm happy to facilitate if needed. So, sorry, Sue.
Absolutely, yeah, I can add it back in, no problem.
Well, yeah, I'd like to have the board sit down with you and talk to you about it, whether it's one-on-one or two-on-one or three-on-one. I think that'd give us some more information.
So not a workshop? I'm just clarifying, I mean, it was there and it
It
wasn't.
disappeared, yeah. Well, what's the board's pleasure?
I'd like it back. I was wondering why it was.
That's kind of what I would like, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, I thought maybe something came up that I didn't know of, and somebody couldn't make it, and
Absolutely, yeah. We will add it back, so it's next Wednesday.
So who was originally invited to that meeting?
It was the board and obviously, because the board will all be there. I think it was the board and some staff. I can't remember. I just canceled it.
Was it open to staff, though? Or
Well,
had it not been advertised? I didn't
It would
see who
have
else
to be
was in there.
open if we were all
Okay.
there.
Our workshops are open.
Yeah.
yeah, they were
Okay.
open, and we wanted to
Yeah.
have cabinet members and the high-level people here.
I wasn't implying they wouldn't be able to come. I just didn't know if they had originally been included in the invitation or the announcement.
Normally our workshops, or Jenny, you attended, we do them in here. Well, kind of, it's been a minute since you've been on the board. We do them in here, round table, because we usually don't have an audience. So maybe we do it like this.
It was
up
called
here.
I have the name of it. It was called the, I just went away. Board, I just love technology. Board K through 5 Staff Workshop. That's what it was called.
I'd like to see it back on the calendar.
I would as well.
What day was it?
It was
14th.
Yeah,
week
because
from
it was
today.
the night before the whatchamacallit,
Oh,
webinar. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay.
What's the board's pleasure?
Yeah. Put it back on, I think.
Well, why don't we have a roll call vote, and see who wants it? We're just going to leave it on, because we don't know why it was canceled. Like Michelle said, it might have been a misunderstanding, but I say we keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to find it in my email. It looks like it was the board, Dave, Jim, and Michelle. Those are the only ones that were specifically invited, but obviously it would have been open to everybody.
Yeah, it's open to the public, anyone can come. It was just a workshop.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sue.
You're welcome.
Any other comments by the board?
I want to just update everybody. We have, at this point, 18 completed applications for the superintendency, and we have 8 that are in-state, 10 that are out-of-state, and they had 15 that had initiated their applications but had not completed them, and they were going to follow up on them. And then Sue has offered generously to schedule a meeting with the consultants to clarify for folks like Travis and the people that would have to be involved in any of the interviews, and what would be virtual and how that would be attended, so that we can make sure that we have a full understanding of what the expectations are. So like Travis would know if it had to be streamed or if it's going to be recorded, those types of things. That was not clear in what we had originally agreed to. And then once we're done with that, Sue, we'll update the instructions and make sure
Yes.
everybody has it.
Yes, and Chuck, I was going to include you in that meeting with
Yes.
Ray and Associates.
No, yeah, I received their emails and been in contact with you.
Yeah, we're just a little confused about a couple things, so yeah.
Yeah, me too. And I'm glad, I knew we were up to 18 people. I don't know how many people completed their applications, but there was 18 active, as Carrie said, which is a pretty good number. I just don't know if we allocated enough money for out-of-state, but we're going to whittle it down before that anyways. If I recall, we did $1,000 per candidate with a maximum of $10,000. Does that sound right to the board? So that gave us 10 candidates that we could afford the money to travel if needed. I'd like to see them all. I'd like to talk to everyone if I could, every person.
All 18?
No. Yeah, why not? I know we can't. They're going to whittle it down for us, but yeah, I'd like to see all the candidates.
So that's why we hired Ray and Associates to
I know.
thin that herd.
I just want to see somebody fits our thing here for the staff, that's all. We're good. All right, thank you.
You are correct. It's in the minutes from the 10th.
It was?
A $10,000 maximum with 1,000 per person.
So that gives us, and she said Carrie said there was 10 from out of state? I guess we're at our max. Okay. Any other board comment?
Yeah, I just had a question. I tried looking this up today. I couldn't find it anywhere. I made a couple phone calls. Do we have enrollment guidelines or criteria or what have you for the VLC? Or is that just you only can go to the VLC if it's approved by your current building principal or admin? Does anybody know that? If
I don't know the specific policy, but I enrolled, my daughter was at a different school, and I went and enrolled her at the VLC, and I only dealt with the VLC. I didn't have to get any other permissions.
Oh, okay.
But I don't really know what the specific policy is. Like, if a kid is already attending this high school and they want to switch, I guess that would have to be worked out.
Michelle, do you know the answer to that?
Well, Wayne was going to answer it.
My recommendation is that have the parents come in and talk to us. We look at them, we'll evaluate them and see if that's the right direction to go. And then we can talk to the people at the VLC at that point and go from forward with that. But please have them come in and speak to us, because we need to make recommendations to them also, make sure that it's the best for them.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm just under this where if the parents want, if I like parent advocacy. I like letting the parents have,
But we want the parents to come in and talk to us.
Right.
We'll help
Yeah,
them through the whole process.
yeah, I get that, but I don't like people making calls on behalf of other people's kids. Like,
Wayne gave a
It's-
good example when I talked to him earlier. Wayne
Yeah.
gave that example about somebody going in the sixth grade, but they weren't, maybe they came from another district.
Yeah, we need to evaluate them to see what level they're at, and, and once they come to us, we can evaluate the whole process with them. We can talk to parents and talk to them through the whole thing to see what's best for the child, and maybe we can make a recommendation from there. And then we can look at the VLC, if it's not where they want, to see if that's exactly what's best for them. But we'd like to talk to them through the whole process first.
okay,
So if there's somebody out there, please direct them to us, and my administrators, if they go to the building or come over here to either Michelle or me, and we'll talk them through and go right through the whole process with them.
okay, so there's no criteria, there's no outline of what kinds of
No, there's
questions
no
are
outline.
asked, or what,
To my knowledge, at this point, there's nothing that says they can't go there or they can do that. But they are if they're in-district parents, we have to provide an education for them. So we bring them in, we look at them, and we'll go through the whole process with them.
okay. All right, so there's nothing that sways one direction or the other that would keep somebody out of a VLC versus saying, yeah, that might be a better option for you, like.
We'll
because-
make recommendations at that point. We look to see if there's curriculum there. We do have curriculum there. And if the curriculum is best for them, then we would go from there.
Okay. And, yeah, so that leads me back to my policy 5411. Does Neola have policies like that one where, because
We
I'm,
don't have policy specific for a specific program like that, but we would give direction there's direction in the 5,000s, which is for our policy for our students, on what parents can do to different programs. We are required to provide an education for everybody that lives within the district,
yeah.
within the law limits.
Yeah, I'm concerned about we talk about family, but I'm concerned about the actual family, like the parents and their say. And
Like I said, have them come in and talk to us.
okay,
Have them come in and talk to us. We'll direct them.
Now that you're in charge of policy, if there's something wrong with the policy, maybe you should address it with Wayne.
we're gonna have a conversation, Mr. No.
And that is something
I think
that's not law,
something good,
that if you want to make district-specific policy in that direction, we can make district-specific policy for that.
Okay,
For specific to assigning a child to a program. Now, if it's special ed and things like that, we've got to look at LRC and things of that nature, but there's all types of things that we could look at, and we can set something up specific for the district.
yeah, I just don't want to deter anybody because they want this for their child, but we're telling them, sorry, it's not the best fit, we're not gonna sign off on that, we're not gonna,
Well, we might
Approve
tell
that.
them what we feel is best for them.
Right,
And we
yeah.
want to see what level they're at and things of that nature.
okay.
So if a child doesn't want to go to VLC, and what happens if it's okay, but do we have something that you're saying that we tell them they can't go to VLC? Is that what you're saying? I mean, I don't know.
Well, that was my question, like, do we have an enrollment process strictly for the VLC, because it's kind of,
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
okay,
I had to fill out enrollment papers specific to VLC.
okay, I was just making sure that, because I couldn't find it anywhere today, so,
It's online too. The whole thing's online.
okay, thanks, I'll try again.
Wayne, to piggyback on that, I think that one of the problems we're having with this conversation is she walked in the door and enrolled her child. These people were told there was a process. So, right, but you went and enrolled your child there. Now, this child is being told to come to the administration building.
Here's where I think, Ken, what's taking place. It's one person is asking another person what they can do, and then they're asking us instead of the original parent coming to us and saying, hey, I want to look at my child. I'm a homeschooled child right now, and we would like to do a different type of program with the school, with the curriculum. They need to come in and see us, and we'll talk to them about
Okay, well, but this may be where we need a policy.
Yeah, we can always,
Because-
we can always specifically put something
because we-
together if we need to.
Like in the past, there was a young man years ago that was sent to, at that time it was referred to as the academy, not VLC. He was sent there to do credit recovery because he was behind. So he completed that, and at the beginning of his senior year, he asked to move back to the high school. He was told that at that time by the building principal, he could not come back to the high school. So he stayed there. He was able to get his credits for his senior year in 6 months, and he in theory graduated in January, which then made him ineligible. He didn't walk, but he had his credits. Then made him ineligible to play spring sports because he was no longer a student. So again, without there being any direction or any policy, you had a building principal that took the time to send him over there, then wouldn't allow him back, and had a senior who couldn't play spring sports his senior year of school. And the parents asked to bring him back the start of his senior year.
Technically, he shouldn't have been able to play sports anyway, because VLC students are not allowed to play sports.
I was just going to say
But
that
they-
because
Okay.
when we sign things up for MHSAA, if you have a specific, an alternative ed type program, you either have to include them or not include them when you do the piece early on.
At that time, they were included.
Include them, then those numbers count into your count and so forth. If you say no at the beginning, then they're not part of that.
But at the time, the children were included. This was back in about 2012. And at that time, they just took those kids out of the count a couple years ago so we could drop our enrollment.
I don't know.
No,
I can't answer you.
No, but I'm saying is, what I'm telling you is accurate. At that time, the kids could, and not current day or not current policy. And so we've done two things there. We've decreased our numbers to make ourselves more efficient in athletics, but we've taken a group of children that no longer can participate in athletics, which is a completely other topic. What I'm saying is, we have no direction at the administration building of what's going on in that building. How you get there, what you do, how you get in, how you get out. There's nothing. And that's been going on since back in 2010, 2012. And we're still having the same conversation today. She walked in the door and enrolled her child. These people were told to come to the administration building. I'm not saying any of it's right or wrong, but we don't have anything giving direction there. So we just take a program and we do kind of what we want with it at the moment.
Well, VLC students still are students of the district in some way, so they still should come through our enrollment office in a manner. If they're then doled out to go to VLC, then it's,
I would agree.
yep. So
I totally agree.
everybody that's coming in should come through our enrollment office first.
So Kim, do you come to the enrollment office or did you go to VLC?
She had to sign up online. You signed up online, right?
Yeah, no, I was asking.
Signed up online.
Okay.
I did come into the administration building to drop off, only to drop off a copy of her birth certificate and social security card. Other than that, I went.
You did it online?
Yeah, and then I met with, I can't think of the secretary's name of it.
Robin?
Robin. I met with Robin Ferris, and
See?
that's it.
Seems like you had met with an administrator. Again, the inconsistency in this is timeless.
Yeah.
We do what we want to do at the moment. And that's where we all get a little policy happy and want to follow the policies here. And just my 2 cents on it is, historically, we follow policies when it's convenient for the district. Not necessarily because we want to follow the policy. And I mean, that's, since I've just been back on the board, we've shown that over and over and over again.
And I can't tell if there wasn't any policy whatsoever that dealt with it. And if you do need to write policy so that you have that covered, you can do that.
I think we should. I mean, we're sitting here and we just gave 3 different scenarios of, we're just doing what we want to do at the time. And that's not how this should work.
What should work is everybody should come here first.
I agree. I think
And
everyone
then
enrolled should come through this door.
Assignment from there.
Well, that could be done better online, and that could also be done in policy, but I agree, everybody should walk through this door if they want to come to school here.
Online education is really increased in 2020.
Totally agree.
Any more comments? Make a motion?
Adjourn?
Adjourn.
I do. So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
All
Less than
opposed?
2 hours. No way to start the new year. Didn't have money in that, but you can.
We need a board picture, everyone, we need to get the board picture.
We're adjourned. Yeah, we're doing a picture.
What are you complaining about?
Board picture.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, I'm sorry, I forgot all about
We're going to do it right here. Is that okay?
whatever you prefer.
Politically incorrect thing I can do it.